Well, the votes are in from yesterday's primaries in South Dakota and Iowa, with voters in both states sounding off to help shape this November's general election. It's our top story this Wednesday morning. One of the biggest Iowa races here in Siouxland was on the Republican ticket. The matchup between incumbent 4th District U.S. House Representative Randy Feenstra and his challenger Kevin Virgil. Feenstra came out on top. He took over 60% of the vote, and he'll now go on to defend his seat in November against Democratic candidate Ryan Melton. And the National Republican Congressional Committee reacted to Feenstra's win, releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "The voters in Iowa's 4th Congressional District sent a clear message this evening that Representative Randy Feenstra delivers results, and he will continue to deliver results for the farmers and families of Northwest Iowa. We look forward to welcoming Representative Feenstra back to Congress next year," end quote. And at the state level, a couple of Siouxland seats are up for grabs in the Iowa State Legislature. That includes the State House seat in District 13, which covers Monona County and parts of Woodbury, Plymouth, and Cherokee counties. Two Republicans were competing for that seat last night, with the win going to Travis Sitzman, who received nearly 63% of the vote. He's set to go unchallenged in the November election. And the District 7 Iowa State House seat was also on the line on the Republican ballot last night. That district covers part of Plymouth County, along with Lyon and Sioux counties. This race was a close one. Mike Sexton came away with the win. His margin of victory was 55 votes. That's barely 2%. Sexton will also go unchallenged in this fall's general election. And now we move from state to county races. The District 3 seat on the Woodbury County Board of Supervisors was up for grabs. Incumbent Mark Nelson was picked in 2023 to finish out Rocky DeWitt's term after he was elected to the Iowa State Senate. Nelson defended his seat against challenger Willard McNaughton by a margin of nearly 40%. We caught up with Nelson last night.
Obviously, I'm looking forward to November. I'm looking forward to serving for another 4 years. I've really enjoyed it. I think I've brought a lot to the table. I think I've been able to cross a lot of things off the list. My heart's really in local politics because that's where it all starts. We can make a difference. We can fix the things.
Nelson is set to go unchallenged in this November's general election. Also at the county level, the race for the GOP nomination for Woodbury County Auditor. This contest was a face-off between Woodbury County Supervisor Keith Radig and Deputy Auditor Michelle Scaff. Scaff got the win with nearly 69% of the vote. She'll face Democratic incumbent Pat Gill in November, but the two will continue to work in the same office for the next several months.
Been in the same race since January, since we both announced that we're running in this race. So yes, we're going to have ups and downs in our office, but we are professional individuals, so we're going to get through it.
It's certainly not the best situation to have, but we're both professionals and we'll deal with it.
Gill was first elected to the county auditor seat in 1996. He's now seeking his 8th term as one of the few Democrats holding office in Woodbury County. Also on the ballot last night were party nominations for several Siouxland County Sheriff seats. In the GOP race for Monona County Sheriff, Kevin Ewing will advance to the general election with nearly 87% of the vote. He beat out opponent John Pinkelman. And meanwhile, in the GOP race for Cherokee County Sheriff, incumbent Derek Scott got the win over challenger Zachary Smith. Scott took home about 82% of the vote. And in the Republican contest for Lyon County Sheriff, the incumbent Stuart Vanderstoep fell to challenger Brian Hilt in a close race. Hilt gets the victory with 52% support.